down here?
Down here?
Well, your first experience generally, and how
that was up the top.
Yeah.
First experience, I went outside on Sunday, the 21st of February 1993 at 11:15 p.m. Walked outside to urinate in the bush because at the time Drew, our youngest son, would wake because the toilet was right next to his bedroom. So I flushed the toilet, he'd wake all the time. We were, our parents were young kids. And a bit sleep deprived. So used to go in the bush to do it whenever possible. I just finished, I turned and taken one or two steps and this thing just got up out of the bush and just took off. Right past me, just ran past me.
And you actually, you got a full view of it?
No, didn't see a thing, didn't have to.
Yep.
Didn't have to see it. Didn't see anything, just heard it. It was unbelievable. I described it at the time to the police. I said, it's like an elephant on two legs wearing size 20 boots. I mean, it sounded big. It sounded like it weighed 130, I don't know, big.
Yeah.
And the other thing about it, not only was it big, but it moved very quickly. It accelerated at a rate of knots. It's unbelievable. And as Ian and I found out over the following years, because Ian up here is so courageous, it was so fast. It used to clear barbed wire fences in its stride. And we'd pursue it down through the valley here over the years. We pursued it. Usually Friday nights because we could sleep in, or that happened every night. And it would stop and wait for us to catch up.
So
and then
we're playing games with you?
Oh yeah, and then we'd give up and we'd come back and it would follow us back, and our wives sitting up here would usually comment, we heard you and then come back and this thing walking behind you. And we'll get back, have a cup of coffee in the veranda and basically tease it. And what happened was that in the process of that, it would sit in the bush opposite the house and do what we call booming. Thump its foot on the ground. It's just like a falcon door being slammed, someone going boom. And that was the way of getting our attention, was by booming. And so if we didn't do anything about it, we'd get pissed off. Come and play, go to bed, and boom, we'll come around this side of the house, and as soon as the lights go off, the light go off here, it's like, they've gone to bed. You'll see the light will come in here, we'll run around here, and then boom, boom, boom. Get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. And we used to find body imprints in the reeds, head, shoulders, everything, full body imprints. And wherever you went to, and wherever we found these ones, like over there, and you look through it, always had a direct view to the kitchen. So 2 a.m. I'd get up, go in, and originally I'd turn the light on the range hood, and you can almost count it, almost like clockwork, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the dogs would wake up and go crazy because it was on the move.
Wow.
All the dogs would go berserk. And then within probably 30 seconds, boom, boom, up here, and I'll go to bed. In the end, what I do, just to make it happy, and I did that actually last night, when it came up here. It doesn't come up anywhere near as much as it used to.
It came up
I think it's
last
older
night.
like me, it's just older.
Yeah.
It makes a noise, or the dogs bark. I have to go and flick the outside lights on, flick them off, on, just to let it know. Yeah, I know you're there, boom, and then go back to bed. Then in the end, it got down to the point that I would go into the kitchen as an experiment. And one night with Sandy, I went into the kitchen and said, get over this. Microwave door, open, 15-watt light bulb, 15 watt, 5 seconds, woof, 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 boom, boom, boom. I said, shit, the thing must be down here watching us. Just a procession of people staying in that thing, same thing. Didn't hear much, didn't know what to hear. Maybe we heard something, but they'd always find body imprints down. I mean, it was just unbelievable what happened.
So last night, when
the dogs.
Nothing,
no booming.
No.
Last time I heard a boom now would be probably 2 months.
Right.
I mean, it knows that we've basically given up. We don't chase it anymore. Because Ian's left here now.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't got anyone crazy enough to come with me. And
I think
you get tired of it.
Looking people close enough to... Could you tell us, briefly, you just told us about your experiences with the photos. Could you just tell us again about those photos?
Oh, photo? The red-eye photograph, that particular incident was when it was booming out in front of the house as usual. So I wanted to come and play. I'm here, I've arrived. So what I do is, on most occasions, try and get a photo.
Battery.
So in doing that, I would wear my blackout clothes, balaclava and everything, and put my slippers on, and I'd go into the bush and walk around the perimeter of the bush. It used to be a lot denser then before we cleared it. And I got very close to the edge of the road and I had to come out in the cover, so then I just simply held the camera up, fired a shot, and just kept on walking into it. As soon as the charge had recharged, I fired another one. I did 3. And then by the time I got into the bush, I heard it moving around, And it stopped as I approached, and then it started circling around behind me, and by the time I'd got to where it had been standing 7 minutes earlier, where the eye photograph was taken, it was between me and the house. And I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I thought the best approach would be to be aggressive on it. So I walked towards it, and it stepped aside, and I walked past it and got back to the house. So that's how that happened. You know. The height was, I measured the eye separation using a professional photographer locally, who helped me with the negative, and also we're using a set of vernier calipers by measuring the observed branches in the photograph and comparing them as a percentage of the eye separation. And we got a series of measurements. The lowest measurement was 58 point something millimetres, and the upper limit was 76 point something or other, and the mean of all the calculations was 66 millimetres, which is my eye separation also. The eye dilation is very large, as you can see by the photograph. It looks like it's very beady eye, but the reason why is because the eyes are fairly big. If you can imagine small eye separation at that separation, and as the dilation gets bigger, it makes them look a bit closer together. But I'd estimate it's pretty massive, the eye separation. The closest I've been to it's been 6 foot just over there.
How close?
6 foot, where it stood up and roared, leaned into me and roared in my face. It was sitting down at the time.
Was that in daylight?
No, no.
Night time.
There was another bloke.
And how clearly could you see it?
Well, it was pretty terrifying, but what I remember of it basically was a large head, very hairy, but particularly large head.
Was it a full moon at all?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I had a torch.
Oh, okay.
I
So
had a
did you
torch
put the beam on
on
it?
its head. Yeah. Right, rewind. What happened? We invited friends down for a meal. Robert and Kerry had a new MX-6. They didn't want to drive down the driveway, so they parked up the top and they walked down the driveway. Robert gets in the door and says, "Neil, something followed us down the driveway." I said, "Okay, it's time you were introduced to this." Told him the story, blah, blah, blah. Had a meal.
And his response was?
And, yeah. Yeah, so I said, "Okay, we'll go and sit down the back." So we sat down the absorption trench down the back there. And we're sitting there on the trench there, and we listened for quite a while, and we heard a noise over here and a noise over there that sounded pretty good to me. The problem was at that time, at that stage, we didn't know that there were two of them. Actually, we think there's three. Right? So I said to Robert, "I'm confused, but this over here sounds a lot heavier. We'll go with this one." And we heard it walk up to the next door neighbour's house. And you could see him clearly in his kitchen washing up with a fry pan, and he dropped it. And it fell in the sink, and it startled, and this thing was eating the apples off the tree beneath his window. And we thought, in reflection afterwards, how funny it was. This guy was washing up, he didn't know that directly beneath him is a bloody hairy man.